Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Sunday and we're going to try to finish this page today. We started her skin tone as well as her hair yesterday and we're going to zoom on in and we're going to get things started here on her hair. Hello Kim, hello Dawn, hello Noelle. Welcome, welcome, welcome to anybody out there in Lurker Land as well. I do hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday. Um, my husband is currently on a plane, so I was a little bit bored and figured I'd jump on in. So let's get in here and we're going to go up. I already started a little bit in the hair just to make sure I had the right colors going in. Um, this is Wondrous Folk. It is listed below the video with a link to Amazon. So I'm starting off with Cocoa. You are welcome. And hello, Jeanette. And hello, Hippie, the Jamaican hippie. Thank you so much for coming in. I know I'm a bit early, but I figured what the heck, it's only a few minutes. And I started off with tan as well. The light color, of course, is tan. I've also added some of the chartreuse for the highlight colors because we're going to be doing something with the background. How is everybody today? It's actually really sunny here, so it was cloudy and cool this morning, but it's been sunny all afternoon. Hello, Shannon. How'd things turn out with your floor, Shannon? Hello, Alex. Welcome, welcome. Well, antique vinyl is better than subfloor, I guess. The only time I don't like antique vinyl is when it starts peeling up. All right, so I've done the ridge line there, so I'm going to go in now with chocolate. Hello, Angela. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if y'all get too bored with the flick, flick, flick of the different hair colors. And I am using the Holbein still. The Holbeins are working out really well on the paper in this book. Take care, Dawn. Thanks for coming and hanging out. All right, and then we're going to come in with the sepia. We're just going to use it down here at the very, very bottom. Oh, great. Now I got gurgles in the dark area here. We're going to follow that around with the chocolate. And then we're going to go back in with the cocoa. All right. And then the sepia on this area. And once we're done with all the darker colors, I'll come back through and redo the light color. Thank you, Kim. And once we get the background done, it'll look better because then you'll see why there's those bright colors in her face. So if we get too bored of hair, I might do the background and do the rest of the hair off camera. But for now, we're just going to do hair. Alright, then we're going to come in with the chocolate. And then the sepia. Take a little bit of chocolate in here too. There we go. Hello, Sue. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Alex. Hey there, Kat. Welcome, welcome. And I'm just going back and forth with the cocoa, the chocolate, and the sepia over top of the tan. And then we're going to move down a little bit. Thank you. Hi, Kenny. Welcome, welcome. Now for the chocolate. Yeah, glitter gel pens are something that I don't do a lot of. I do have to try them out a little more. I found a really big set with a lovely case and everything and on Temu, and I put it in my cart and I took it out of my cart. I probably won't buy it because I really don't need anything else, so I'll get used to what I got first. Yeah, my hat's off to you, Jeanette. I am, as a lot of you know, not a fan of doing the mandalas, but they are so pretty when they're done. Just sometimes I can't get into doing them. I think I've colored like 4, 5 mandalas ever. Nice. Pan pastels are always good to have. I need more. I would love to get the full set, but it's so expensive. And I really don't have anywhere to put them. I barely use the ones I have. I do enjoy using them. I just get afraid I'm going to use them up. Alright, now we're going to move down. We're going to finish this side of her hair at least. Um, I like to do this side of her hair as well, just so that I can do the background properly for you. Hi there, Ronnie. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. I hope you're okay and doing great. Life is a bowl of cherries and without all the pits. Yes, yes, pan pastels will last you forever. My problem is that I have a tendency to drop them, which freaks me out every time I do. I have to watch Evelyn's video again on how she repairs the pan pastels once they're broken, because she has a really good way of doing it. Alright, now chocolate. Oh, I'm sorry, Ronnie. Yeah, it's never good when there's pits in the cherries, especially when it comes to life. I just don't like, I find that doing a repetitive thing um, over and over again becomes tedious. You know, like hair sometimes can become very tedious because you're doing things over and over again. However, the outcome is a little different because the background, like the full picture isn't the exact same thing. But I still do get bored with doing hair as well because it's a little monotonous. It's flick, 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 flick. And you can do hair without doing flick, 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 but I find that you get a better texture if you do the flicks. Even with grayscale. No, you did not dream that, Shannon. I am going to be starting a new job here. I'm waiting for some paperwork. It's a 3D printing art subscription company. So the subscription that they sell are subscriptions to different artists in the 3D printing community that produce art and patterns for the 3D printers. So no, you weren't crazy. That is something that I was talking about. Absolutely. I wish I had as good of a dream life as you do sometimes. Actually, I had a dream about you the other day. And I know it was a dream because it was, already long past when you took down your Christmas ornaments. And I had a weird dream that you were sitting out in the middle of the lawn with all your Christmas blow-ups lit up, and you were just sitting in the middle of them all. It was a very weird dream. I woke up from it and went, "What the heck?" And I just went back to sleep because obviously that was just weird. Yeah, it's called Thangs, Thangs. You can sign up to their site free, but different artists have different subscriptions. Yeah, but it was already long after you'd already put them away. All right, I'm going to move you down a little bit because I got to move the book down. Otherwise, I'm going to start hurting my back. There we go. Yeah, the site is called Thangs, Thangs. And it's different artists that produce art things. For example, now that I'm thinking of it, I'm going to show you a print that was done. Unplug it first. Now you've got me on a rant about things. So give me a second. I'm going to zoom you out. All right. So this was a pattern off of things. It's a lamp. Each of these little lights here light up, and it's just a little flower pot with leaves and flowers and dirt. But yeah. So this is one of the artists on things. that designed that. Yep. But that's the company that I'll be working for. Now, each artist has their own subscription thing, and Thangs just houses them and provides that service for them. So you purchase the subscription through Thangs. The artist gets a certain percentage of that, and then Thangs gets a certain percentage of it. And you get to download their patterns. Oh, Nightbot's being chatty again. And turn the book a little bit. Sometimes it makes doing curls a little bit easier if you go in the direction of the curl. Just turn the book a little bit. All right. Before I get too far ahead of myself, I'm going to go in with the chocolate. They do have other areas in their site for where you can purchase some prints as well, but I'm not well versed in that area. Not yet, anyway. Probably will be in a couple of weeks, though. Yep, yep, absolutely. And I can understand that 100%. You needed your attention on other areas, especially when you're having floor issues and water issues. Not to mention the frustration and irritation of it all. Yep. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'll be doing that part-time Monday through Friday. And it's from home, so it makes life so much easier, less stressful. Yeah, she had something flood. Poor thing. Was it the dishwasher? Brain has decided that it doesn't want to know. Yeah, dishwasher. Dishwasher decided to give her little her laminate floors a bit of a too much of a wash. And you know how laminate deals with water, especially large amounts of it. Yeah. Yep. I've had washers flood. I've had dishwashers flood. I've had hot water tanks flood. Anything that has to do with water, I've had it flood. Um, the builder that built this house, when they put in the outdoor faucets, put them in wrong, and the frost-free area wasn't installed properly, so they froze over the winter, and we didn't know. And the next time my husband turned on the water in the spring, guess what? Yeah, it broke, and of course that's on a wall right outside one of the kids' bedrooms. So, yeah. Hi there, Travel. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we had to replace all the carpets between the two bedrooms. The two kids' rooms ended up with new carpet. One is a kid's room now, and one's my craft room, but same thing, right? Yeah. I was worried that we were going to have to replace subfloor, and it's like, no, please no. Somebody's texting me. I should check that, see if it's Bob. He has a layover. I thought it wasn't until after 4, but okay. All right, now we're going to go back up to the top. And we're going to start adding that tan color back in. And I'm going to check this text. I'm sorry that I'm checking text during a stream, but yes, so he has landed. And he's in Phoenix on his layover. Yeah, hot water heaters are the worst because then you have to wait for it to cool off before you can get in there and clean it up. Not so bad with the tankless, but I'm so glad we got tankless. Yeah, yeah, me too. Like I said, he just texted me that he's landed in Phoenix and he's going to go have some supper, so he'll be away for the week. is a very good thing with the outdoor faucet breaking too, is the homeowner's insurance took care of the majority of it. And they also did the investigation and found out that because it wasn't installed properly, it was the responsibility of the builder, and they had the builder pay for it. So can't really do that with older houses, but because we're in a newer house, we were able to have them take responsibility for it. Yeah, yeah, he's there alternating weeks. So this week he'll be there for training. He'll be back here the next week to train the person that's taking over his job here, and back and forth for the next 3 months. They're they've got him on a test thing for 3 months just to make sure that he's going to like working there in the corporate structure. Coming from a smaller office, sometimes those corporate structures can be a little bit intimidating, so they want him to test the waters first, make sure it's something that he likes before packing everything up and moving there. So he'll be doing that for 3 months. And then we have to hopefully find a house. We'll start looking before the 3 months is up just because, but I want him to be comfortable there too, so. Yep. Then I got to pack up the craft room. That should be fun. Angela, are you going to come help me pack up the craft room? Um, it's it's a different area. It's a completely across the country that from where we are. So I don't know if it's nicer. It's a different area, but it's where the work is. So it'll be a little bit closer to my dad, which is cool. Well, she's seen my craft room, so she knows what kind of work that's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be fun, but you know, it's necessary. Angela's seen my craft room. She knows what kind of cluster it is. Now, I'm going to zoom you out so you can see what it's going to look like, because seeing small areas doesn't give it justice. So that's what the hair is going to be like. Now, did you want to continue with the hair, or do you want to move on to something else like the scarf or the earring or the rest of the skin? Yes, I am fairly well organized. Sometimes. And at some point I will come through with the blender and blend it out so that it's not so white, which will give it more depth in the color. All right, so what do you want to do? Hello, Marilyn. Welcome, welcome. All right. Well, let's continue on with the hair then, just because um, it's only been an hour of hair. It's okay. Hair is something I can space on and keep an eye on chat. And it's all got to get done, right? Well, I want to do them the same color as the scarf. So I'm thinking of doing the um, flower areas in the same kind of pinks that I did for her lips. And then the rest of the scarf I'm going to do in, I don't know, probably a green or something. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Either a pink or a purple. I always decide last second, yes. Yeah. And absolutely you can. And sometimes you have to kind of get the majority of it finished to see what color complements everything best. Thank you, Kim. All right, I'm going to go to the chocolate now. We're going to do the crown first. Then I can move it up a little bit. The one thing about hair is that you have to keep your pencils very sharp to do the flicks properly and give it that definition. Now, because it's a grayscale, you don't have to keep it as sharp as if you were doing a line art. But still got to keep it sharp. All right, Sue, thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Hello, Mona. Welcome, welcome. All right. Hello, Catherine. Welcome, welcome. Move it this way. Yeah, the one thing I found about coloring line art after learning how to color um, grayscale is it actually taught me how to color line art better. So I think you would be really good with doing the line art now, especially with portraits, if you do a lot of portraits in grayscale. I learned a lot more about shadows and where to put them by coloring the line art, the grayscale. It taught me a lot. Oh, okay. I missed Angela's comment, I think. Okay. Yeah, there's breakfast for dinner, and then there's where you draw lines on breakfast for dinner. Although I have had cereal for dinner, so I am guilty of it. It is something very simple to grab and throw in your tummy before bed. So I am guilty of it, especially when you're really busy at work or you work really late and you're tired. Yep, sometimes it just happens. Absolutely. Like I said, sometimes just grabbing something to throw in the tummy until you can go to bed is one of those things that I used to do a lot when I was younger. Oh, nice. It's just me and the kiddo here, so I'll probably just do a frozen pizza and call it good. Gluten-free frozen pizza because I'm lazy. Yep, I couldn't eat the ramen. It just didn't sit well with me, but I really enjoyed it. I would put the cheapest cut of meat I could buy. I would cut that up into little tiny pieces, put that and mixed vegetables in the ramen when I would have it. It was a good meal. Couldn't eat it all the time, but I can't eat it at all now, but I still like it. I wish I could eat ramen. There's some rice, uh, gluten-free rice ones, but they're not as good. Yep, I always keep it around because it feeds the young adult in my house when we're not home and when he's just got the hungers and for lunch and things like that because I don't feed him lunch. It's not my responsibility to feed you lunch. I only feed him dinner because I have to cook for myself and my husband. Yeah, the gluten kills me. Ramen's great for when you're sick because of the salt content, and it does give um, lift up some of the dehydration. It'll pull water into your system a little bit easier. My husband would say so does Gatorade and it tastes better. All right. Okay, going in with the darker colors now. Yeah. Take care, Jeanette. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'm so sorry if I bored you with the constant hair coloring, but it's a work in progress. We got to get it done. Next week's page is going to be one that is going to be um, more intricate. Next weekend's page. I think we're going to do the page for outdoors next week, which is a Johanna Bashford. Thank you, Jeanette. I don't think I'm an artist, but I do appreciate you saying so. I just put color on what the artist has put out there. Make it look good. Sometimes. Sometimes it just looks. I have been instructed by um, a friend that I need to pull out some of the not completed, left behind horror stories that I have hidden, one of which she really wants me to finish. So at some point, maybe during one of our end of month work in progresses, we might do a work in progress for discarded, left behind pages. You know, those do not finish ones that you sit there going, yeah, I ain't ever going to finish that. Just hide that in the closet somewhere. Catherine would be quite happy if I continued the page I'm talking about because she thought it was really good too, and I just went, yeah, no, I don't like it, not finishing it, and stuck it in a drawer. All right, now we're going to go over it. Hello, Louise. Welcome, welcome. With our light color again. Now we are using the tan. Uh-huh, I know. I figured that one would let you know what I'm talking about. She knows which page I'm talking about. Oh no, absolutely. Have a lazy day. Lazy days are wonderful. They help you rejuvenate and restore. Oh, you're not allowed to curse at my stream. Well, I guess you're allowed to, but sharpen this again. Apple pie is definitely a breakfast pie. It's fruit, especially if you've got an apple crumble pie, because then it's fruit, oatmeal. Basically, it's just, cold apple oatmeal. Especially if there's coffee and a glass of milk with it. Definitely, definitely breakfast. Thank you, Dawn. Welcome back. Okay. Okay, gonna dust it off, and then we're going to zoom it out so that you can see the whole hair done. Again, I'm going to go through and I'm going to blend it with the blender just to get it brighter and more defined. All right, so now we're going to do the earring. So we're going to zoom on into the earring there. And we're going to start with now I'm debating on doing, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. What do you guys think? Pink or purple? Thank you. I think the purple is going to go with the orbs that I'm going to put around her head a little bit better, maybe. Not sure. Her lip color? Okay, so sort of this one. All right, then we're just going to take a little bit of a brighter color than that. And then we're going to go in with these two as well. And I'm going to put a little bit of the chartreuse on the outside for reflection. All right, so we're just going to come in here. So this is Azalea. All right, and then we're going to take a little bit of this cream and we're going to put that in a couple of highlighted areas here where they're going to catch some of that light. Because I'm going to put orbs on this side. Not so many on that side because this is blocked here, but on this side we're going to put some highlight areas. Like so. Okay. Yes, I'm using my Holbeins. And then Cosmos. I haven't used my Holbeins in a hot minute, so I wanted to give them a go. Also terrified of the cost of replacing them. Yep. Yeah, you completely missed it that I was using the Holbeins. Yeah, I've done that too. My mom used to make them with resin. Worst smell ever. Because she would do it right in the kitchen. Now I'm using pink. Oh, that was a horrible smell. My mom's done that too. It's like, oh no, no, stop doing that. My mom would make bowls with them and all sorts of things. wall decorations. Yeah. Yeah, Mom would use them for all sorts of things. It smelled terrible and it was extremely toxic, and that was, back in the day where, parents didn't think that anything was toxic. They just didn't think about it. Also, things weren't as toxic as they are now. Mom had the doors open, so, it's not like she was suffocating us to death with it. Alright, gonna come back in with the cream. And back again with a little bit more pink. Wonderful! And how are you doing? How are you feeling? Miss Admiral there, how are you feeling? Ashley? For those of you that don't know who Admiral is, that is our wonderful Ashley Colors. We love her. Lots and lots. Okay, well, I'm glad that you're feeling better at least. Are you still testing positive? Ashley has long COVID. All right, now we're going to do the little spots in the middle of the earring. And we're going to do those orange. Oh, good. Okay. That's good to hear. I'm glad that you're negative now. I'm going to take that yellow. those outer areas there. Absolutely. I will be happy to give them to you. Um, there we go. Well, I'm glad that it's exactly how you imagined it. All right, now we're going to move on down. It's getting kind of late, but we're going to move down and we're going to do her scarf. I'll finish the skin tone later. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So we're going to do the scarf, the same kind of thing as her earring. We're just going to do the outside of it around the pink flowers with a different color, probably just a white or something. Thank you. That's what I was going for, so I appreciate that. Well, I hope you enjoy your bread. Emily put a new bread recipe in her Discord. She says it's really, really good. I'm going to try it at some point here soon. I just haven't tried it yet. And it's gluten free. It's in in the food channel there. You are often thought of, as you already know. At least once a month I reach out to her and tell her how much that she needs to come back. Actually, I haven't in the past couple of months because I've been brooding and in my own stuff, so I don't want to bring her into it. But we do miss you, Miss Ashley. And for anybody that's new, Ashley used to stream and was a big part, is a big part of our community. She just hasn't streamed in a while. She took a step back. And then life took over. Yep, absolutely. You gotta do what's best for you as well. You know, you gotta make sure that you're taken care of. And you've got so much on your plate right now. It's just not a good thing for you. All right. Yeah, don't be deceased. You're not allowed. I've already told you this. No deceasing. You got this. No worries. He's always going to be boyfriend on couch. Just saying. Yeah, boyfriend on daybed. He's too good for the couch. He's gone all fancy. Well, we remember him and his songs and his music. Yeah, a daybed is kind of a fancy fainting couch. It's just a little bit bigger. It can turn into a double bed or sometimes a single bed. It depends upon the size of it. It can be converted. When I was little, um, we didn't have toddler beds, and what our parents would do is they would just take a day bed and turn it so that the opening was facing the wall. And they get a wrought iron day bed, and it would keep us in the bed because one side is open and the other side is usually enclosed. When I was growing up, they were all brass or iron on the three sides. And it's wonderful. I already told you that. I think it's fantastic. I love upcycling. All right. Aw, we love you too. We miss our boyfriend on couch, playing his video games, making music, all those things. We miss our Ashley too, but they'll be back. They always come back. Probably not permanently, but yeah, they come back. Hi there, Calamity. Hello, Louise. I'm sorry I missed you coming in. That's just because you love me and a lot of other people's. Between Ev, me, and Tammy at least, we can sometimes talk you back. I have to talk Tammy back with her renovations. She's been busy, but she went and found the tow man, and we haven't seen her since. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen her posting on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, but I haven't seen her in too many streams, and I really miss her chatting in the streams. She stopped coming to my streams quite some time ago, but I still miss her coming to the streams. I think when I went to evenings, they were harder for her to get to, so I might do this outer part of the scarf in a really, really pale yellow, or I might do it white. What do you guys think? Yeah. Well, the yellow on the earrings is from a glow that I'm going to put in the background. Um, but the yellow would go good with the pink. So I think it'll work out if we do it the pale yellow. Pale yellow to cream. That's what I was thinking was the with the hint of the glow on the creases and the highlight areas. Since it's only going to be in this small area here that glow is going to be there. Um, I might do it anyway in the yellow and just put the green glow in there. I just don't want I'm debating because I don't want the skin to look too yellow against a yellow scarf. So I think I'm going to go with the white with the glow because, yeah, I don't want the skin looking too yellow. I don't want her to look like she has, kidney disease or anything. Jaundice. That's what Bob said the other day when he came in. He says, is she ill? It's like, no. All right. And now we're going to do the other side here as well. Starting off with the darkest color, which is the azalea. Good morning, Celine. I am okay. I am okay. Ask me that tomorrow after I've gone a night without Bob in the house. Keep on telling myself it's just a week, you'll survive. Thank you. So I'm going to finish up the scarf, and off screen I'll finish up her skin. With Bob being gone over the week, depending upon what comes up with work, you know, when training and that starts for work, I might come in and do a background video of how to, or I might come and do it live. So keep your eyes out for that. But we'll get this one finished this week as well. This one's nice and simple to finish up, so it's not going to take a whole lot to get it finished. All right, now we're going to do our center areas in the orange. I have a job starting work from home for one of the 3D print subscription things, sites. So I'll jump in Discord afterwards and we can hang out for a little bit. I did that on Thursday, but only Calamity came in. Yeah, yeah. Definitely depending upon the workload and that sort of thing, I'll be around a lot more at least. It's only part-time, so I will only be working 4 hours a day instead of 8, but that's okay. I don't mind at all. All right, now we're going to put the glow areas in here. So the areas that glow is going to come in contact with. And then we're going to take our gray. We're going to do our shadows. Thank you, Kim. When you go to your own Discord, you can look up my name and private message me, or you can go to our Discord channel and just select something that I've commented on and select that. I think it's a left drop down, and then send private message to that person. Now there is a bit of a highlight there, but I'm not going to put that bright color in there. I'm going to take a lighter yellow. So I'm going to take that cream and we're just going to put a little bit of a highlight reflection in there. Same with here and here. Maybe a little bit here. Yeah, I'll send you a private message on Discord, Kim, and that'll give you a little bit more ability to just message me back. And then I'll be in your contacts. It'll make things easier for you. All right. And then I'm going to take the white. And I'm going to go over the gray areas as well as the highlight areas. Blending that in. And I think I want to take this pale yellow, the cream color, and do the centers of the flowers with it. Like so. Now I could use the white as a blender here and, tone down that pink and orange a little bit, but I really don't want to lose that color. I'm not too worried about losing the color on the bright areas and blending that in, but I don't want to lose the color on the flowers. So I'll just use a blender to blend that. Okay. All right, so we have hit that time, so I'm going to zoom it out, and there she is so far. Now I am going to blend her hair, and I am going to finish her skin, and then we'll do that video for the background. Take care, Ashley. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. We miss you totally. So there we are so far. Of course, like I said, I'll get everything blended. I'll finish up her skin, everything else, and then I will either do a video on the background or I'll come on for a very quick live and get that done. Thanks. I think it looks pretty cool. All right, guys, thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. I've got a little bit of laundry to do. If I get too bored and can't sleep later on, I might come back on and hang out for a little while. Keep an eye out for that, or I might just show up in Discord. All right, until next time, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artists that you enjoy. Of course, always in the future, relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, bye bye for now.